everybody, welcome to another haul video. I feel like I'm doing quite a few of these at the moment. I honestly don't normally shop for this much, but this one is everything I bought at Glastonbury Festival, and I buy things unashamedly at Glastonbury. In the past I've often saved up and bought most of my clothes for the whole year because it's often quite difficult to find unusual clothes on the high street. But two things have happened since then. One, we have moved here, so we live near Glastonbury, which is full of unusual clothes shops. And the other thing is that the stalls at Glastonbury Festival are getting more and more normal every year. But anyway, I still went shopping and this is what I bought. I'll start with this dress. I've got a list here of all the prices, so if I'm glancing down, that's why. This is could be my favourite purchase actually. It's all in a bit of a tangle at the moment. It's a wrap dress and it's got this lovely sort of vintage print. They had other colours but typically not in my size, and the label is Gabrielle Parker. It's just a simple cotton dress with a lining so it's not see-through, very lightweight and perfect for summer, and really nice and easy to wear, and you can sort of dress it down and look casual, or you could actually make it look quite smart. So I'm quite pleased with that one, and hopefully they'll be back when Glastonbury is back in a couple of years, because I think I will be repurchasing this in other colours if I can. And that was £20, and when I went back to the stall, I bought this on the first day on the Wednesday. When I went back again later, they put the price of these up to £32, so I think I did well getting it for 20. I must look up that label, see if I can find it elsewhere. I can't remember the name of that stall, I'm afraid. I can tell you it was between, if you were walking up from the meeting point to the kids field, that row of shops on the right there, I'm pretty sure it was up there. Also along there, I bought this from a different stall actually, but a bit further along. But this is from Braintree and I got it for £15, and I've got a feeling that Braintree is normally more expensive than that. But this is this pink dress that's, the top half is jersey and then the bottom half is just plain cotton and a little bit see-through, so I'm not sure. I think probably in summer months I can get away with just wearing skin coloured knickers, but I'll have to test that out. I haven't worn this dress yet, but I really liked that sort of skater shape and I like the colour as well. I bought two scarves. These are from a stall called Doodah. They are there every year in the same spot. If you're making your way from Westholtz to the other stage, you will pass a row of shops on your right. First of all, you've got the cash machines and then a row of stalls. There's some really nice stalls down there, by the way, but a lot of that stuff was out of my price range, unfortunately. But Doodah is there every year. When the kids were younger, I bought a lot of their sort of cool hippie clothes from there. And last year I bought a dress from there for £5, which is good. It wasn't so impressive this year. A lot of it was a bit meh. But I did manage to get these two scarves, two for £5. It is a good value stall. And I wear these scarves a lot, particularly at places like Glastonbury. Really lightweight, and they are perfect for covering my shoulders where I don't want to get burned. Also, I put a little brooch in here and they fall down and cover my tummy, which I'm not always comfortable with showing, particularly as I tend to wear more revealing clothes at Glastonbury. So yeah, that's sort of my thing. I wear these a lot, so I was glad to find these at a really good value. And this one as well, which is much more almost like net, but yeah, I liked that as well. I thought that was a little bit different and perfect for keeping my shoulders from burning. Okay, next thing is this dress. The label is Indo. Again, it's from a stall that is there most years. It's quite near the bandstand, and that's the best I can say to describe it. I bought a dress identical to this last year in pink for £5, so I went back and bought it in this colour, which is a sort of, I'm not sure, it's a bit of a drabby sort of colour, but, and also I had to pay £10 this year. So you can't moan at a £10 dress really, and it's just a nice, easy cotton dress you can just chuck on and be comfortable, and yeah, ideal. This is the sort of thing I need more of in my wardrobe, to be honest, so I was glad to find that. Okay, this next item, I can't remember the name of the stall, I'm afraid. It wasn't one that I remember seeing regularly, so whether it'll be there next time or not, I don't know. But the brand is Westport Limited Woman. Oh, there's a label on it, Smoking Gun Vintage. There you go, that was the name of the stalls. I don't normally go for play suits because I have a really long body in comparison to my legs. If you watch all my haul videos, you'll find me moaning about that quite a lot. Play suits and jumpsuits, they just do not fit. They just pull up where they shouldn't. And I was really surprised. I tried this on and it fitted so nicely and it was so flattering. And I really like the print, although I don't normally go for such a green colour. But I love the vintagey style. I love these covered buttons. I dithered because that's a hell of a lot of buttons to undo every time you need the toilet. I decided to go for it. It cost £20, which I didn't think was too bad. But when I got it home, I realised that the hem has not been hemmed. It's just been cut with pinking shears. Seams are coming totally apart at the hem. They have not been backstitched at all, and I found a pin in it. In fact, I might have found a couple of pins in it, which I think I've taken out already. I'm a bit annoyed about that. If you take that away, I think this is such a perfect play suit for me that I can sort of forgive it. Next item is this skirt, and it's got totally inside out. Here we go, here's the top. This is from another regular stall. Karma suits you. I love that. I can't describe where it is. It's in the main market area. This was the most expensive thing I bought actually at the festival, and it was £27. And we actually knocked him down from 32 because it's really badly faded at the waistline. It's obviously sat in the sun somewhere. And you do find at festivals that stall holders think they can get away with selling you things that are a little bit not perfect. So you have to really study the items. I might do a guide on how to shop at festivals actually. I've done it for so long that I think I know a few tips. I'll make a note of that in my social media notebook, which I have here. It's a Gryffindor one, and hopefully remember to do that before Glastonbury next time, in 2 years time. Anyway, back to the skirt. Yeah, it hitches up at the front, or you can have it right down. There's lots of layers of lace and sort of trim detail around it. I thought that it was quite a steampunky look, so I thought brown would work quite well, particularly if I can pair it with like a cream top, I think. I also took a risk. It's a little on the small side. It's a size medium to large. I didn't bother trying it on, and in hindsight it was Chris with me egging me on to buy it, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. I can do it up, but it's quite high, and yeah, medium to large, I would never normally risk that. I don't know what I was thinking. Give it half a stone and I think this will be perfectly fine and comfortable to wear. And I think from the same stall on a different day, I bought this t-shirt. No labels at all, except it says 100% lycra. Well, it's not 100% lycra. It's obviously, it's cotton with lycra in, possibly. Someone's written on it 2XL, and I thought, oh, that'll fit. It's actually a little on the clingy side. I love the way they sort of fall. I have this sort of pixie hem, and I decided I was going to dye it. It's pure white. Pure white does not look good on me. Next thing, a pair of pixie leggings. Again, this was a purchase that I don't think I'd have done if Chris hadn't been there saying that I should do it. I love this. I thought I'd go for a different colour. Oh no, that was the right way around. I've gone for this sort of burgundy colour, which is a gorgeous colour actually. I thought that would look good with black dresses and give it a bit more of a edgy look. But at the hem of these, you've got this lace insert, and it's sort of like a pointy bit at the bottom. I don't know if you can see from that, but the amount of fabric between there and the waistband is not really enough to cover my bum, so I think it fits, but it just is a bit uncomfortably low at the back. Oh, they were £10, and I wear leggings all the time. So okay, next item is this polka dot dress, and I bought this in a vintage shop called Lady Jane Vintage. And I say vintage because this is from Peacocks. I would say that nothing from Peacocks is really vintage. It's Pearl Low for Peacocks. I didn't know Pearl Low did a range for Peacocks, but there we are. It was in my size, so I didn't try it on, and I thought I'd take a risk, and yeah, it does fit. It's a really nice shape. The one thing I found out though when I got it home and tried it on was at the top of the zip. I think I tested the zip, but I didn't realise at the top of the zip that the seam had come apart and there was a hole here. So that's another mend I will have to do myself. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier about stalls thinking they can get away with things, I'm afraid to say this stall was one of those. We found a lot of things in that stall that we thought, oh, that's nice, and then on closer inspection there was a stain or some other defect. That was £10. Apart from that little rip, it is in good condition. I'm glad I didn't pay more than that because the fabric isn't all that nice. It is probably polyester. Yeah, 100% polyester. It feels a little bit scratchy as well. It's not like sometimes you can get quite nice soft polyester. This isn't that, so I'll be honest, I don't know how often I shall wear this. We'll see. Right, back to that vintage stall then that you get to first on the right hand side at the bottom of Avalon Field. I bought this grey blouse, I suppose you'd call it, which was from New Look originally. And that cost me, I didn't write down how much this cost, but I'm pretty sure it was £5. And I've got a red one, very, very similar, almost identical actually. I do need grey tops, I have a lot of blue skirts, and so this will go very nicely with that. One more thing I bought, so I'm nearly there. 3 notebooks for £5 from Paper High. They gave me this lovely bag to carry them in. Paper High is another regular one, again in the main market areas. I think it's on the one with the bandstand at the end, but I can't be sure. And I quite often do stock up on notebooks from there. 3 for £5, you can't really go wrong with that. They've got pretty covers and sort of handmade paper inside, which I have found is alright to write on. It varies, but usually you can write on both sides without too much bleed through. Right, we're getting there. Right, that's everything I bought. On Monday I have been known to pop back in and have a little scavenge at what people have thrown away. You would not believe how much and what people throw away. This year was much better because it wasn't a muddy year. I think when it's a muddy year people get a bit of mud on it and they can't be bothered to pack it and bring it home again. Whereas this year it was pretty much dry the whole time, so they took their stuff home. But there's still a huge amount of stuff that's not taken home. One of the things that someone threw away was this Dorothy Perkins dress in my size. I don't even call it a dress or a top, probably more of a top actually. I buy secondhand all the time, I don't have any issues with it. I know some people do, and yeah, just put it through a hot wash. What does it matter, you know? So this, I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the cold shoulder. This one seems to look better on me than the ones with just a spaghetti strap. I don't know why, but it does. I quite like the colour. I think a khaki green can suit me, and a useful sort of casual comfy top slash dress, I'm not sure. So there's a couple more things I picked up on the Monday. I'll show you those now. They're downstairs at the moment. This massive pile of Hessian. There was loads and loads and loads of this being chucked out. This is perfect for photography backdrops, or possibly flooring or wall hangings for my Threads of a Fairy Tale stall. So that's good for that. Even better for my stall, another stall was throwing this unit away, which they've obviously changed a mirror for velvet for displaying jewellery. I don't know why they were throwing it away. Sadly, we broke it here. This needs somehow reattaching. That was, I think, us dragging it around on a rickety trolley over bumpy terrain when we rescued it from the bin. It's only got one drawer, but you can use these to sort of put extra stock in or things that people can pull out and look at. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking that to the New Forest Fair Festival with me. And lastly, there is this huge purple brocade Laura Ashley curtain, which I can't show you how massive it is, but it's huge. It's sitting here by the washing machine waiting to go through. But I'm sure I can upcycle this and make something cool, maybe a skirt or a cloak or some bags or something. I'm sure I'll think of something. It's really nice soft fabric. I'm chuffed to bits that we came across that. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you'd like to see a guide on how to shop Glastonbury Festival, and I'll do that for 2 years' time. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button below. It'd be lovely to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.